We grew up with this person.
It's a TV show.
We grew up with him.
Well, Johnny Downs passed away,
Yeah, I know,
so it's not
so did
Johnny
Mel
Downs.
Knapp.
Yeah, is it a person? So a TV and a
I'm not
person, and
asking
here I'm terrible at this game.
He was the older brother of someone on the TV show.
Is
Was
it
it Tony Dow?
No.
It is.
It is Tony Dow.
Wow.
Oh my God! I have.
And
Wow.
the Beaver. Oh my God! I gotta tell you how much I love Tony Dow. Tony Dow. Every time you realize you were the guy that we all watched when we faked being sick when we were kids.
That's
because the
it.
only time you saw Leave It to Beaver was when we stayed home and watched daytime TV.
I
Right?
am so stoked.
Thank you, Tony.
Welcome to the program, man.
Hey, thank you very much, and I appreciate you staying home from school while I was working, but okay.
Hey, Tony, can I tell you something?
I gotta give it.
When I walk on a street with a friend, a girl, I walk on the side of where the cars are because of an episode of Leave It to Beaver.
You always walk the woman on the inside of the
Yeah,
street.
but I learned it from Leave It to Beaver.
Gee, Beav, you always walk the woman on the inside of the street.
How was that though? That had to be a lot of fun shooting that whole thing through your teen years.
Hey, yeah, it was very fun. It was really interesting, and met a lot of very interesting people, and it was pretty cool.
Hey, Tony, so how did you get the gig? Like, how old were you when they had the audition, and then
what year?
how did that whole thing? And where was it? Was it in Hollywood or?
Look at that young
Yeah,
shaver.
Yeah, it was at Universal Studios, and what happened was they had sold the pilot. Everybody knows what a pilot is, I assume.
Yes.
So that's okay. So they sold the pilot, but CBS wanted a different father and a different big brother. So they were strapped because they sold the show and they'd already looked at 8,000 people.
Jeez.
So somehow this producer that I knew said he had worked with this guy who was a little raw, but you might want to take a look at him.
Mm-hmm.
So they took a look at me, and that was the end of that.
And that was it. And did your parents drive you to the studio every day, or is that how the whole thing went?
Dropped you off lunch bucket?
Well, until I was 16, yeah.
Yeah. That's great. I gotta tell you my favorite episode, and I learned how to cook because of this. You're cooking pancakes for you and the Beaver, and you flip one and it hits the floor, and you pick it up and put it back on the griddle, and you point at the one from the floor and go, Beavers, and you point at the other one, mine.
I still do that.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't come over for dinner anymore.
I always wanted to know because life was different back then.
Yeah.
And even when you guys went into syndication, were you stopped on the streets? Like if you were walking, I don't know where you live, but let's say you lived in the Valley or you're walking through LA. Were you stopped on the streets like you were Elvis at one point in your career? You must have, because it was such a popular show.
Huge.
And not like Elvis, but yeah, people recognize me periodically. I mean, I spent a lot of time on Catalina Island, so I knew a lot of people over there, and then a lot of people, I guess it's still the same way. When they see somebody they recognize, they get afraid to, talk to them or whatever. So they kind of follow you around, and it's kind of a weird experience. But
Hey,
yeah,
Tony.
Yeah, it happened. Yep.
What are you doing today? What are you into now? Because I follow you on Facebook, and it looks like you're an artist.
Yeah, well, I'm a sculptor. I always had planned to do that after I retired from the entertainment business.
Cool.
and so that's kind of what I do. I have a gallery that represents me down in Fort Lauderdale, and I do commissions and
I got an
that
idea.
kind of stuff.
How about you start doing Kenny Rogers impersonation work? You look at that, man. Huh? Look at that.
Wow.
You think, huh?
I think you're looking good.
Is there a website or anything to follow you?
Can we promote
Tony?
this?
Sure. How about TonyDowSculpture.com?
TonyDowSculpture.com, and we'll take a look at that. Tony, would you ever consider getting back into film or TV or movies?
Yeah, but I pretty much retired, and that was a pretty good day when I retired.
Yeah.
And I'd been in the business for an awful long time, so I was ready to take it easy.
I bet the.
And yeah, but I mean, if something came along, which isn't going to happen, that ain't the way it works.
I'm going to start writing. We'll do a cooking show.
I have one more final question.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever go out with Mary Ellen Rogers in real life?
Hello.
No, as a matter of fact, I didn't. I went out with Julie Foster, though.
Wow,
Hello.
you go.
Shoot,
Tony,
Wally.
from Leave It to Beaver, fantastic stuff.
Love you, Tony.